You guys ever struggle to fall asleep because you're too busy having racing thoughts about your work, or maybe you're a software engineer and you can't go to sleep because you're dreaming about the code? Well, let me tell you something. I think you might be a pretty good candidate for a YouTube channel. Let's get into it. Now, for the last 20 years of my life, I've been writing software. And when you write software, you think about your job quite a bit. Okay, there's a lot of complexities to software, and you try to think of things like, okay, how efficient can I make the code? What sort of data structures do I need to make this work? What does the database rows need to look like to store the data? Okay, what does the graphical user interface need to look like? What technologies should I use? Etc., etc., etc. There are, hundreds of things that software developers think about on a daily basis during the day, and then it bleeds into our sleep, to be honest. And I think there's actually websites out there that people have built, like Dreaming in Code or Coding and Dreaming or whatever, And this is what it is. Like, we'll sometimes wake up and we'll get the idea in our head while we're sleeping, which is kind of this crazy thing. And I'm sure that, many other careers are like that as well. This doesn't have to apply to software engineers. It could be electrical engineering. It could be marketing, advertising, whatever. It's all about your creative juices. They work in this fashion. And it's interesting that in our sleep, our creative, thoughts are racing and they keep going. They don't stop in our sleep, and we sometimes dream about these things, and we get some of our best ideas while we're sleeping, and then we wake up and hopefully we write those ideas down. And sometimes, we have those ideas in our sleep, and then we get up and we jump in the shower, and then those ideas come to fruition, right? They come at us in the shower, and our best ideas come in the shower. And that's something that happens to us all the time. And I'm starting to find myself dreaming about YouTube content, dreaming about ideas. What do I want to talk about? What are the videos I want to record? And this video right here came up, while I was in the shower today. And it's similar to how I think of as a software engineer. I dream in code and I think about things, and that's the way you can do pretty successful with YouTube and have good content ideas, because it's hard to come up with good content ideas. Now, you can use ChatGPT for content ideas, as well as now software engineers. They'll pretty much use ChatGPT, so there may not be as much dreaming in code as there used to be. I think that our creativity is just being kind of maybe not being as, I don't know what the word is, but it's just being diminished by these AI tools. The fact that we can use these tools as a Band-Aid when we're writing software or doing marketing or doing whatever. We're not using our brains now on a daily basis because these AI tools do it all for us. Even before AI existed 2 or 3 years ago, even with Google, you still had to think about things. It didn't give you the answer right away. You would find maybe a forum for some software idea or a marketing idea that you would still have to work the problem out in your brain, and you'd have to go to sleep on it, and then maybe it'd take you a few days to figure out that answer. But now, with AI, you can get these ideas and not have to even think about it. So it's kind of interesting, but the YouTube space is more creative. AI is not going to come up with the greatest hook all the time, or the greatest, take on human interaction or human thoughts. So I still think there's some value to you thinking about these ideas, sleeping on it, and coming up with a great, interesting solution. Okay. Now, don't get me wrong, AI is going to come up with some interesting takes as well. But I think the human experience and the human thought process is gonna help you become a better YouTuber and help you have good, authentic ideas. And so I think if you're a person that goes to sleep and races about these thoughts, whether it's engineering, marketing, business, creativity, I think YouTube could be a place. Now, I'm not saying that you should quit your day job. Okay, I see a lot of people out there talk about, oh, go quit your day job, start a YouTube channel. Don't do that, guys. You know, your day jobs are still valuable. There's still a lot of value in what you do and what you built your skills for up through the last 20 years or 10 years or 5 years. Those skills are still valuable. Your day jobs still pay really well, but YouTube could be a nice little side hobby, you know, like what I'm doing. It's a side hobby, and it's a way for you to spread the message, spread your thoughts on what your thoughts and feelings are for this world. And you might start racing these thoughts and ideas in your dreams while you sleep. And you might wake up thinking about YouTube. You might not think about the coding as much because you have AI to do that. And that's the beautiful thing about AI, is that now the brain power that you're using in your sleep for your day job now can be taken up for more creative things, because now we have AI to do our day jobs, guys. That's what AI does. It augments your current skills so that you can do your day job and then focus on the fun, creative side that you've always wanted to do in your world. And that is where you want to use that sleep for the YouTube or the whatever it is you want to do that's creative. Maybe it's art, or you know, you could think about art that way now. Now that you can use AI to do your day job, you know, you don't have to think about coding all day. You can just, hey, AI, write the code for me. And then, you know, start thinking about that art project you want to do, or that carving project, you know, you want to do some woodworking. It doesn't have to be YouTube. This video now, you know, I'm going to use it as you could be a YouTube creator, but man, maybe it's more than that. You could be doing any of the creative things now. Now that AI can augment your workload. You know, that's the way we need to start thinking of things. And that's the way society should be using AI, is this tool so that you don't have to dream about coding anymore. You can dream about the creative thing you want to do in your life and use AI as that, you know, thing that just does the grunt work at the end of the day. You want to use AI to do the grunt work so that you can get the satisfaction of creative work. And that's kind of how I'm approaching my life right now, is that I want to keep my mind open to creativity, and I want to use AI for the grunt work. So anyways, hopefully this video helps. It's an interesting thought I had this morning. I figured I'd share it. And if you think that way, if you think in your dreams, in your day job, I think you could be a good YouTuber and get creative. You could be a great artist. And yeah, those are my thoughts. So let me know in the comments below what you guys think. And if you could, like and subscribe for the content if you like the content. And take a look at my previous video. And everyone, have a great day. Thanks.